next up, the Denver Broncos. All right, let's see if you can guess who I'm going to go with here. I think you know. Do I want to throw you a curveball or do I want to go with it? I'm going to go with, let's go with the third-round pick, Jonah Ellis.
Yeah, you liked him.
I've talked about him a lot. And how does he compare to Nick Benito in your mind? He's not as twitchy as Nick.
No, he's thicker built.
Yeah.
And he's a situational edge pass rusher, a DPR. They need some edge help down there. You know, when they signed the kid from the Cowboys who ended up not working out.
Is that Randy Gregory?
Yeah, Randy Gregory. So they need, they have some young guys in Cooper and a couple guys that they've drafted there. But I thought this was a good football player. Needs to get better at the run, but as a DPR edge rusher, I think he'll contribute.
So, Jonah Ellis being like that, but I'll ask quickly about Audric Estime. Does that feel like a Braylon Allen situation where you're providing depth when you have your workhorse?
Yeah, and this kid, even though he didn't run fast, plays a lot faster. Yeah. And 5th round pick, number 12 in that round, the running back from Notre Dame. One thing that really stuck out to me about his tape is that he has a nose for the end zone now. So if he's near the goal line, he is scoring. He's not going to come short of that goal line, whether it's long yardage or short yardage or whatever it is. I thought this guy had the best nose for the end zone out of any of these running backs.
Yeah, and if he had gone to the Rams, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense, given Kyren Williams. All right, the Chiefs are up next.
This is an easy one. I already picked it for you.
Oh, am I going to say Jared Wiley?
No.
That's your guy. I was going to say Jaden Hicks.
You got him circled.
Okay, good. I didn't want you to feel bad about yourself after you lost $1 bet.
Yeah, you said this is where you got to stop listening to Pete. I think your statement was.
I said that 2 or 3 times, right. Turns out he went exactly where he probably should have gone. Pete, it was his safety one. Pete actually said first rounder, and he talked me into it. That's on me. But he's a good football player. I think you're right. He's better closer to the line of scrimmage. He's drawn some comparisons to, we were talking about Brian Cook out of Cincinnati, who's on this roster. I like Brian Cook a little better coming out, but the fact that it's a similar type player, and that works in that system because we've seen it. Brian Cook, I think, had the ankle injury that sidelined him early, and then he was able to come back. But Jaden Hicks, you're okay with him around 4 and in the system, right?
Yep.
Spagnuolo will certainly get the most out of him there. All right.
Peculiar one here.
Yeah, the Raiders. Now, do I want to go with your guy? I'm going to go with our guy because that's a huge pick. They got first-round talent in the second-round pick 12, Jackson Powers-Johnson. And the first pick was peculiar because it was Brock Bowers, not because Brock Bowers isn't good, just because the Raiders had other needs. But Jackson Powers-Johnson, day one starter. We'll see whether it's guard or center. But if you don't have the quarterback, you might as well protect the guy who's going to have to be throwing the passes.
I wonder if he had any draft day drip on.
Oh, that's a good question. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he wore on draft day.
All right, the Los Angeles Chargers up next. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Lab McConkey's the layup. I'm not going to do Lab McConkey.
You can't.
No, we've talked him to death. He's second behind only the other guy who I can't talk about for a while. Let's go to the 7th round, the 5th pick, Brendan Rice. So we watched him early in the season when we watched a lot of Caleb, of course, and the other Taj Washingtons of the world and the Marshawn Lloyds in that USC offense. Long, he ran pretty well. I didn't think he
didn't play as fast as he ran.
Thank you. He timed well, didn't run that fast. And he's going through a good situation. They have plenty of depth at wide receiver. He's sort of the Quentin Johnson 2.0 of this team. He'll be behind him on the depth chart, I would imagine. He can play inside if you want, but he's a big target, so you put him outside and just let him develop with no pressure of having to play often. You okay with that pick in the 7th round, I imagine?
Oh, yeah.
All right.